One thing that is going on in schools in Idaho is not something we really want. That's discrimination. Yeah, there is an Idaho district out there that's discriminating against Latino students. At least that's what the complaint filed by the ACLU says. They're requesting a federal investigation into the Nampa School District in Idaho for implementing a discriminatory dress code. Let's talk a little bit more about this dress code. Well, the Civil Rights Division Educational Opportunities Section has received a complaint from the ACLU saying that about 40% of the students there are Latino. And the ACLU alleges the Nampa School District near Boise is violating student freedom of expression, due process, and civil rights by informally enforcing a dress code that deems items known to have cultural significance in some Latino communities to be gang-related attire. They include clothing resembling the Cholo style, which is distinctively Mexican-American, as well as Catholic rosaries and the image of a black Aztec eagle known as La Huelga, a symbol that is also the logo of the United Farm Workers, which was founded by labor and civil rights leader Cesar Chavez. Latino students are also punished for wearing clothes that all students commonly wear without issue, like red or blue clothing, based only on vague assertions of gang dress prohibitions. Red and blue are also happen to be the colors of some of the schools in the district, including Nampa High School. Wow, that really seems like they are targeting individual culture, and then trying to say that it is inherently gang related. That is some racist, cultural, xenophobic bull, as far as I'm concerned. But the school, of course, they kind of have something else that they're waiting on, advice of counsel in terms of their response. But they did share their most up-to-date student dress code and gang activity policies. The ACLU said in a complaint that in practice, numerous unwritten policies are established through informal consultation with law enforcement. Perfect. To allow for additional rules and disciplinary consequences to be assigned to students on an ad hoc and individual basis. That's not targeting. In a statement following the report, the school district touted its strong and proud partnership with our local police department, which has supported and trained school district staff members, and its successful track record in curbing gang violence in our schools. That is just, as far as I'm concerned, extremely bothersome and pretty disgusting. The thought is that you have a lot of Latino students, 40% in this school district, and you're saying there are things that are tied to Latinx culture that is inherently violent and gang related, including simply wearing certain colors, even though they are the school's colors and they're what, basic colors like red and blue. That's really, really gross, especially the thought that they think that they should be able to do that, coordinate with law enforcement and also on an individual basis. Brett, how does this sit with you?
This is just like the classic, problem. It's like, I like to picture the meeting they had before they wrote the rule and perfect, got it. I would love to hear all their justifications because it's obviously not the solution to the problem they say they're trying to solve. If they say they're trying to stop gang violence in schools, then there are ways to do that. And none of them involve banning La Huelga. That is not a gang symbol. It is a thing. It's used for a bunch of stuff, right? And you would want to make sure that there are no guns in the school. You would want to make sure that the children are safe in the school. I'm fine for banning specific paraphernalia. An example being there's certain professional team baseball caps that are worn outside of the key area where you would think people would support that baseball cap. But don't just ban that baseball cap, ban baseball caps. If you want to have a dress code, make it one kind of clothing that everybody needs to wear. That's the only solution you can go to. And there's tons of things it's an ends justify the means issue. You just can't do that. Some of the means are wildly just that, mean and frequently discriminatory and unjust. There are other ways to solve your problem that would not completely alienate folks that are just proud of their heritage. And that this is the exact kind of reason that I like having the ACLU around, because the ACLU goes, I don't care what you're trying to do, you're violating people's basic civil liberties. And in this case, basic right to exist as they are. And so they need way better rules, a way better mechanism to enforce it. And I think they should make sure that they have people from the affected community in the decision-making process.
Oh, without a doubt. And the thought that, if this white boy, Connor, is just wearing a red shirt and they think nothing of it, but they see a Latino boy wearing it, and then they're like, oh, you're a gang member. How incredibly disparaging that kind of targeting and also that messaging is. The thought that you have to regulate and control yourself simply because someone else is racist, xenophobic, ethnocentric. It's disgusting, and it's a hell of a message to send to children. And so as much as the school district wants to say that it creates a policy that is not discriminatory, clearly it is, and in practice. So like you said, Brett, I am very pleased that the ACLU steps up and stands up, because the thing is the children are our future, and we don't need to raise them in a way that discriminates against them for their very existence.